Only one sale away from the Shopify 1000 Club.
Is that a thing?
Wow, Mom, have a cookie.
I'll take one.
Dad.
These are delicious. You need to sell them.
You should.
Mom.
No, seriously. Let's set you up on Shopify. It's easy.
I always knew you would build your own business.
Guys.
Yum.
When you're ready to bring your idea to life, build it on Shopify.
Sign up for a free 14-day trial at shopify.com/offer22. Shopify.com/offer22.
Welcome to another episode of Shorties. This is your Shorty episode for March. I'm Cassie.
I'm Keegan.
I'm Christina.
Hi.
Worst date and stuff. Yeah. Hey, guys.
Wow, we're warming up.
We are.
It's morning
I
time.
realize I've only had one cup of coffee. That's
Me too.
Probably my malfunction. Well, you have a would you rather for us, right, Keegan?
Yeah. Okay. So we got basically the same question from two patrons over the course of the last month. So it's from Hannah Young and also Angelique Barton. Very similar questions. So the people want to know. They are interested in finding out. Would you rather, in a relationship, have great communication and bad sex, or great sex and bad communication?
Speaking
Both.
Yeah, speaking as someone who's had both of those relationships, yeah, I mean, I would prefer to have both, but I'd go for the great communication.
Always.
Yeah, because if you have great communication, you can improve said bad sex or come up with solutions that work. Do you want to open up the relationship to get the sex that you're looking for? Do you want to go to a toy store? You want to do whatever. But if you have a great communication, that means you have great foundation.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel.
And I think that great communication is going to lead to great sex eventually. Right?
Sometimes,
I mean,
no.
I think it's
sometimes no.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's a sometimes thing. But also, and maybe this is just me, I especially lately have just been so busy that I am exhausted anyway. I'm like, look, if we got good communication, a good relationship, I can take care of myself when I got some free time.
It's true.
You know? Like, it's fine.
I am not afraid to handle my own business if
That's
needed.
right. This is 2022. There's really great hardware out there. Like, we
Options
can get it
are
done. There's
available.
options. Options are available.
I gotta be honest. Like one of my number one love languages is physical touch. Funny enough, I saw a TikTok about this.
I think I may have seen the same one
where
today.
they were talking about introverts
Oh,
whose
no.
love languages are physical touch and quality time have a level of anxiety that's
man.
unparalleled. And I'm like, triggered, because that's so me. I am that person. So yeah, it's I think,
Oh my God, you or Chris.
That is so funny because our For You pages are really for us. I saw a TikTok this morning that I actually saved to show you guys that was like, I'm busy. I am tired. That is why my love language is active service. Because I'm like, I have so much shit to do. If you want to take my car to get an oil change so that I can get my stuff done or get an extra 20 minutes of sleep,
Yes.
amazing. That is truly like my love
too.
language is just like, oh my God, you'll do the laundry so that I can
yeah,
Swoon.
I know.
That's
I know.
That's how Eric shows love. He definitely
Anthony too.
is
Yeah.
acts of service. I need to be better at recognizing that as him saying I love you, because it's like one of the last things
On your
my
list.
list, because I prefer to do things for myself. Being a Capricorn control freak, I don't take acts of service as like a thing. So I need to be better at recognizing that. Isn't that crazy?
No, it's so funny that you talk about that, because I'm like, there's so much to be said about that in general. Like I love giving gifts.
Yeah.
Like I'm a gift giver. I love thinking of something thoughtful and just being like out of the spur of the moment, like, oh, you know what? I'm going to throw that out to that person. You know?
Oh, yeah. I think for me, that's it. And then also, like, if I share with you things that I think you'll like, or things that made me think about you, that's part of my love language too.
Yes.
Like, you know, like if I'm like, oh, this song made me think of you.
Oh yeah.
Or, you know,
Ooh, I like that kind of stuff too. I like that stuff, but I don't like giving physical gifts.
you don't like receiving, you mean?
I don't love receiving gifts, but I do love, like, if somebody's like, oh my God, every time I hear Weezer, I think of you. I'm like,
Right.
oh my God,
Or
that's really
this,
fun.
I read this book that I thought you'd really like, or like
Yeah.
whatever, because it means that they're like genuinely thinking about you and what you like, you know, like that's, it warms my heart when people do things like that. And I love to do things like that.
Receiving gifts, I wonder if this is your thing, because this is totally my thing. Is it sends me into a Midwestern guilt spiral.
Yeah.
where
I don't
like,
have anything for you.
exactly. Where I'm like, is this
Were we
someone's
supposed to do
birthday? Were we supposed to do
I know. Someone gave me my friend, my co-host on my other podcast, gave me a Christmas gift like after Christmas, and I was like, what? Christmas passed. I thought we weren't doing gifts. Like I thought that this was behind
that's
us.
the
You know what I mean? And she was totally like, oh no, I just saw this and thought of you, like, you know, and I thought I would get it for you. No pressure at all to give me a gift back, but now I'm like
Sweating. Full sweat. We have a friend who does this. I'll shout her. I don't care. Vanessa always like sends us gifts, right? She sends like randomly, not for birthdays, nothing. And I love that because it's non-specific and it just feels like and you're not in person. She does this really great thing of just sending you something
mail.
in the blue, out of the blue, in the mail. And you're just like, oh my God, that's really, and you can get to enjoy it without the pressure of like, am I enjoying it enough? Is my face giving her enough pleasure for me opening this gift? I have like real opening gift anxiety and I love it.
What is wrong with us?
So wait. So I did the other day, I had gotten, our work did this thing with like a sweet something company and you could go on and you could pick like different types of sweets. So I picked like a bunch of coffees and I was like, oh, this is such a cool little gift idea. So I sent like a thing to Vanessa.
Yeah.
And it was like, you get to pick your own couple sweets. And it was like right after the Super Bowl party that
she hosted.
Well, she got roped into hosting alone.
I know.
And so it was just one of those things that was like, oh my gosh, she's exactly the kind of person who would appreciate this. And I love, it's the best way.
Truly, it is. It's the physical manifestation of what I was just talking about, which is like, this song made me think about you. Let me send you a link to the song.
Yes.
It's kind of the same thing where it's just like, oh, I was just like scrolling on the internet, or I got an Instagram suggested ad that made me think it was something you might like, and just sending it. You know, I think that is so nice, because she did do that like during the pandemic. She sent me like a little box that had like a candle in it. And I was like, oh, that's so sweet. And she's just like, I just saw it and it made me think about you. I'm like, oh, that's so nice.
I love that.
So
Me too.
back to the then would you rather. we're all in agreement though with the great communication and bad sex, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Man. I believe I can say, looking back, that the relationship that I had with Handyman was the opposite of that.
Yeah, no
bad
communication. Yeah,
great
sex. Okay.
And it's so heartbreaking to just like continue to bash your head against the wall while you're dickmatized.
right.
You know,
yeah, it's very confusing. I don't want that. I don't need that kind of like. The older I get, the less I want drama in any of my relationships, whether that be like friendships, romantic relationships. I am not interested in having a lot of drama. And when you lack clarity, it ends up being just this dramatic mess that absorbs so much of your mental energy. And it makes you tired all the time. No, I don't want anything to do with that.
Yeah. Same.
Oh, well,
there we go.
Hope that answered your questions. Did I shout out the...
Yes.
Okay, great.
Yes.
Great. Thank you so much for submitting those questions to us on Patreon.
Yeah, keep them coming.
So who wants to go first?
Oh, I got a good one.
Okay.
Oh, please.
Get it.
This is going to get
Ruin
us
our lives?
right
Oh, God.
on here. Okay, she says, he ended up on the first 48 because he shot into a house like from the front yard and killed someone during a fight over money.
Whoa.
This happened on a Friday. We went out on Saturday.
Wait, what?
Hold on. Why was he not in jail?
Hold on. had a great time, had no idea he was any kind of violent or anything, and the cops got him on Sunday. There's a whole episode about it. It's chilling to think I crossed paths with him.
Cross paths right during like
You
fully.
you were planning a future with him. Like, you were like, oh, date went great.
Date went great.
What a nice
amazing.
guy.
What a nice. Wow.
Wow.
And the first 48 too.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you got right in that pocket, right in those first 48 hours. But like, what kind of person shoots somebody and then is like, well, I need to adhere to my date obligations?
Right? He's like, shit, I got a date tomorrow. Better go home,
He's
clean
like,
up.
I gave her my word.
Oh my God. Oh, man.
What's happening? Okay, this one's really short. It's actually a tweet. It says, he took me to a frog jumping festival.
That's fucking awesome.
We hate frogs. I would be like, no, get me out of here.
Frogs really feel unpredictable too. Like, you're releasing them to watch them jump. Like, who's to say they won't go rogue? You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
So he took me. This is so funny to me. He took me to a frog jumping festival. We had to leave early because his wife showed up and she had a restraining order on him. So his wife and he have shared interest in frog jumping. End up at the same festival. She has a restraining order, so they have to leave the frog jumping.
My head is exploding right now.
What did he do?
Oh my God.
I feel like that meme where she's like trying to do the math.
Yes.
I'm like, what?
But like, what are these? Like, they both have such an interest in frog jumping that they ended up at the same festival at the same time.
Maybe they need to sit down and work things out.
Yeah, I
'cause
know.
That's very specific interest.
Oh my God.
I do love, though, a small town festival.
Me too.
Oh, yeah.
I love
Cyrus
it.
Bratwurst Festival. Hell yeah, I'm there.
Bucky Russ.
Circleville Pumpkin Festival.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh God, anything to do with like an apple butter situation. I went to an apple festival and like, oh, heavenly.
Apple butter.
Oh, amazing.
Yes.
Yum-y. Okay.
It's for you. Credentials to advance, confidence to stand out in your career. At Regent University, you'll join more than 30,000 world changers making a difference in high-demand fields. Pursue your bachelor's, master's, or doctorate online or on campus in Virginia Beach. Your degree from top-ranked Regent University is waiting. So is the world you will elevate. Say yes to your purpose and position yourself for a brighter future. Visit regent.edu/learn more. Regent.edu/learn more.
Cox Panoramic Wi-Fi includes advanced security to help protect all your connected devices. You'll get real-time alerts. Oh, like this one, so you don't have to worry about malware. Or when your kid downloads a song from a shady link. And now all your computer can play is... Red color, where are you? All blocked, thanks to advanced security, included with Cox Panoramic Wi-Fi. Advanced security must be enabled in the Panoramic Wi-Fi app. Restrictions apply.
I'm an adventurous person, but I'm also a careful person. We want to get out there, but we also want to make sure we're safe and our loved ones are safe. Good thing there's the OnStar Guardian app. Safety services right on our phone. We can get roadside assistance. We can share locations with friends and family. We can even get help in a crash in any vehicle on any motorcycle. Finally, something both sides of me can agree on. Adventure safely with the OnStar Guardian app. Download today from the App Store or on Google Play. Be safe out there.
Met a guy on OkCupid. I was 24 and he was 25. He brought his fucking mom to the date. She
Why do
dropped
they do
him
that?
off and then sat with us for lunch. It was so awkward. She was nice and everything, but he would text me things during the date like, she's my best friend. Please don't be mad. It was so freaking awkward. The first thing I did when I got home was laugh so hard I could barely stand.
Oh,
That would be me
why
too.
does this keep happening? Like, the number of dates where people think it's acceptable to bring specifically their moms. Like, it's almost never a dad. Like, it's almost always a mom.
We had the best dad story though, if you recall. The girl who took her dad to the woods.
Oh, well, that was amazing.
That was awesome.
That was for protection.
Oh my God.
He was like, "You're absolutely not going into the woods without me. I will be coming with you."
You're not going into the woods to meet a martial artist.
I actually, took notes on that. I was like, how to be a good parent.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's it. There it is. That's
the one.
That's doing it. Okay. This is a fucking journey. And I'm pretty sure Keegan, your head is going to explode.
Great.
Oh, no.
Same date. All happened within 2 hours. Oof. We had only texted in a barely flirtatious manner before going out. This was our first date. Number 1, hit a parked car hard and pretended it was fine. It was definitely damaged.
I do love that. He's just like, maybe she didn't notice.
2, cursed out and then growled at a small child who went to play an arcade game that we were about to play.
Growled.
Like a Dave and Buster's.
No.
Like hit a parked car and then growled at a child. Okay.
Wow.
3, inform me if we were ever to get married, I would have to sign a prenup because he had worked really hard for the money he had. Okay.
Okay.
4.
Does he have a lot of money?
Yeah, exactly. I'm just like,
and here's him. He lives at his
you
parents'
got to
house or
protect your
something.
millions. Is that what's happening? Okay.
All right.
4, inform me he was in love with someone else who had a fiance, but his therapist was convinced that they would end up together.
What?
But
your therapist, you need a new therapist.
No, he's lying to himself. His therapist is not saying that at all. His therapist is like, I did not say that.
Yeah.
What I specifically told you is that you should look for someone else. You should move on with your life.
But I'm going to end up with her in the end.
You're right.
You're right.
What?
But he had already masturbated to the thought of me way more than he ever had to this woman.
No filter. Like, who are you?
5. We're still going. Oh no! Inform me he had slept with over 100 women in his pickup truck in the last year.
No, he
and
didn't.
Told me about all of the STDs he had contracted,
Sir,
and how he had handled them.
Sir,
Hey, responsible. He handled them,
Sir.
Okay?
Sir.
Listen, I'm all for STD talk. Get everything on the table.
Sure.
But
Listen.
This is
Also, do we believe him? 100 women agreed to fuck you in your pickup truck.
No.
Over the last
in
year.
1 year. And the time.
So, like, what is that? Like, that's 2 a week?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
What?
That's an average. That is a batting average.
In a truck, specifically.
I don't think I could even do that as a woman. You know what I mean? Like pull those kind of numbers.
No. That's too much. What, do you not have a job?
Yeah. Well, no, he's got a prenup for his millions. Remember?
Ah, yes.
Okay. Number 6.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
When I made it clear I wasn't interested, he said, well, I can always fuck you up the ass if you'd like.
Yeah, that was the problem.
That was the whole
That was the
I'm so
issue.
glad you brought that up. Thank you. What?
This was meant as a consolation. It was a genuine friendly offer.
I
was
friendly
not
offer.
I need a picture of what this man looks like to have the audacity to go through life like this.
Listen.
You growled at a child first. Like, what?
Who is offering anal as like a, hey, you don't want to do this? We could do this.
Yeah, what do you think
I'm
the
like,
concern is?
All right, hear me out, guys.
100.
Just hear me out. How about anal? Okay.
Okay, we'll compromise. Anal then.
Still no, sir.
Still no. No. Wow.
Oi. Okay. Look. I've had this one for a minute and I was just like, no, like, I don't need to share this one. But it has lived rent free in my head. And I totally realized that it might be one of those that like made me laugh, but might not make anybody else laugh.
Oh, okay. All right.
I met Mr. Handsome on Oasis. That must be a dating app. Spent the evening together and later went back to my place. The sun beamed through my curtains the next morning and he had his back to me. Right in the center with an R-E. So yes, I'm guessing this is another country. Right in the center of his back, like a target point, was a gigantic blackhead. A crater right in the middle of his back. All I wanted to do was squeeze it. I never saw him again, but I think about that blackhead all the time and what it would be, what it would have been like. Oh no! He probably doesn't even know it's there.
Are you a Dr. Pimple Popper watcher?
I am, and so I relate to this because I'm like, I would have felt the same way and I would have thought about it all the time. Like, she's like, I'm not even thinking about this man, but I think about his blackhead every day of my life.
On his back. Oh my God. Dude, I cannot watch the Pimple Popper thing.
No, blackhead ones are my favorite.
I'm going to share with you the weird thing that I have gotten into
Oh,
on TikTok.
no.
Amazing.
Earwax.
Oh,
No.
Oh, no.
People getting earwax out of their
Anthony watches those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when they get a big chunk, I'm like, it's so gratifying.
That's how I feel about the blackhead removals. Like,
I
I
get
don't
it.
like watching like cysts or anything like that, but like something about watching a blackhead come out is like, oh God, what a relief, you know? Like, and I feel like I would have been that person where it's inappropriate to be like,
Y'all are gross.
I need to see the science behind like why it is, because I'm like, Keegan and I are not abnormal.
We are
There
normal
tons of
human
No,
people.
clearly the fact that there are videos.
There's a show on TLC.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Listen, I want to talk about how you won't talk about poop.
Yeah.
But you're talking about like
popping pimples.
Listen, I don't pretend to know why.
oh God.
Science. Got another one, Cass?
Yes. He begged for the date after I told him no because his divorce wasn't final and I didn't want to date someone in that stage. Against my better judgment, I told him I would meet him for coffee, but only so he could vent about his divorce stuff. Having been divorced 2 years prior, I empathize with his need to vent. He changed location immediately when I arrived because his divorce wasn't final and several of her friends were there. After telling me how he had left the military because of discrimination he felt as a redhead, he told
Wow.
I'm sorry.
Is that a thing?
Listen, I will say this. I have seen, like some people are really mean. And I have seen people like say that they have felt like people have been really mean to them because they are gingers. So, I mean, like,
Are
I
you
get
allowed
it.
to say that, Keegan?
No. Like, and also that's not in the military, really.
Yeah.
Really. Like, of all of the like overt discrimination that happens in the
sorry.
military,
The
you being
military
a
was like-
redhead for real.
Yeah.
Sorry, not to minimize anybody's experience, but
he told me I smelled intoxicating 7 times over the course of a very painful conversation. When the date was over, he asked if I would come over to cuddle with him.
Oh,
what's
no.
happening?
When I emphatically replied that was not only would I not, but that was our last date, and no, he could not have my phone number. He responded with, "So that's it? You're friend zoning me?"
Whoa.
To which I laughed and said, "That would imply that we're friends."
Oh,
Then I
honey.
drove around forever to make sure he couldn't follow me home and figure out where I live. No more pity coffee dates.
Listen, if people didn't like you in the army, maybe it wasn't your hair that was the problem. Like,
Listen, there are so many of these dates that I've seen, and it has happened to me too, where these gentlemen want the girlfriend experience right away.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? They're
Yeah.
looking for these very intimate acts like cuddling.
I barely want to
Like-
cuddle, period.
Same.
Let alone with
a
stranger. Yeah.
They want the girlfriend experience, but they're not giving me boyfriend experience. Are you listening to me? Are you giving me emotional intimacy? Are you planning out the date? Are you all of this stuff?
Or are you just doing the bare minimum?
They're doing the barest of minimums, and yet they want us to come in here with the girlfriend experience. It's infuriating to me. No,
Not on my watch.
not on my watch. This one, his dog would not stop humping me. So he threw a giant stuffed crocodile on the floor, and the dog proceeded to hump it for the rest of the night.
This is my nightmare.
That is such
this
a
is my
turn
God
off.
bless American nightmare.
Oh, God,
Then
it would
he
be such a
started
turn off.
talking about church, asked me if I would ever consider getting baptized, and then showed me his necklace that had the entire Lord's Prayer on it and recited the whole thing to
Whoa,
me.
whoa, whoa, whoa.
Somebody commented, my favorite part is the comment right underneath this. It says, "Do you live in a David Lynch movie?"
Jesus.
Because all I could see is like a dog humping a crocodile while he's like talking to you about
Our Father.
our Father
who art in heaven.
It's
Oh no! Oh no! That is a literal nightmare date.
Yeah.
So, I mean, just have him bring me balloons, and we have my fucking nightmare.
you don't like watching animals?
Dude, you don't know this about me?
No.
My 2 number 1 things. It's right below balloons
Okay.
is dogs humping me.
Really?
Oh my God. A dog humping my leg. Oh, I'm sweating, you guys. I'm legitimately sweating right now.
I did not know
You
that.
didn't know that?
Me neither.
You don't like
No.
the lipstick, do you?
Oi, 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 oi.
The Red Rocket.
Oh. I hate it so bad.
Oh my God.
I mean, I'm not a fan of it either, but
That's why you have girl dogs, isn't it?
Yes.
You are hilarious.
I am. It's true. I will never have a boy dog.
Oh my gosh.
I hate humpy dogs. It's the grossest thing ever to me. Oh no.
Oh man.
Oh.
well, I have one more really short one.
Okay. Okay.
And I feel like this is something that could happen in Los Angeles if I was in the wild dating. He took me to see a film with his ex in it, cried all the way through, and kept asking me if I didn't agree she was beautiful.
Oh no.
Just watching your ex on screen cry.
Oh no.
That is the most LA
Isn't
worst
it?
date.
Isn't
And
it?
I love
He's
it.
like the one that got away.
You're like,
You're like, that's Kate Winslet. I don't
When did you date Kate Winslet?
oh my gosh. Yeah. Does anyone have any others? Trying to get us. We're at 24 minutes.
I do have
right
another one
now.
Okay,
I'll do
so
another.
I have other short
Yeah,
ones.
Cass, if you can do another one, we've got like
was just trying to
5
save
minutes
them.
till we get to 30, and then
Perfect.
we can monetize this bitch.
All right.
And I'll cut all that out.
No, keep it in.
Hey, we're trying to get paid, bitch.
Come out. All right, I got one more. Okay. So I got set up on a blind date. We were texting for a bit before the date, but this was before camera phones. I'm so old.
Oh, so she's
Same.
like
Literally same.
333, like, texting on like the Nokia or whatever.
T9.
Yes, exactly. So we weren't able to swap photos or anything. So I literally went in this date blind. He told me he was 6'2", so I was expecting a giant, given that I'm 5 foot. The man that rocked up was shorter than me, but he accused me of lying about my height.
Always.
It was the most surreal conversation I've ever had on a date. And we didn't even see out the rest of the date because he said that he couldn't date a liar.
Wow.
I still chuckle about it to this day.
How tall is she?
5 foot. So he and he said he's 6'2". You're lying about your height. Sir, I'm sorry.
In the history of lying about height, when has a woman ever been
You
like,
know-
I'm actually only 5
I'm
foot?
super tiny.
That's
I mean,
brave of him.
wow.
Is
Imagine the
the
big
gaslighting.
ball.
Yeah.
The audacity to show up and be
Truly.
like, oh, I'm sorry. You said you were 5 foot. And she was like, yeah, you said you were 6 foot too. You're lying.
Yeah, and
You're
especially-
lying.
Yeah.
I'm sorry?
Confounded.
I
I
just-
really am.
Wait, what?
Also, can we please, as a society, get beyond this? Like the number of like lying about your height
Right.
situations that I see on like TikTok and stuff. It's like,
Stupid.
oh my God, why is this such a common thing?
It
like
should not
just
be.
just stop it.
Yeah.
Like just tell the truth. You're gonna be. It's not like it's one of those things you can keep a secret.
Yeah.
Right.
Like just be honest.
Like, how long do you think you're getting away with that? And then what do you think she's going to be like? Oh, I was lying about my height. What? What?
I'm
act-
actually 6'2".
6'4". Oh, my mistake. I'm
mistake.
6'4".
I'm 6'4".
What?
That's
What? What?
no, thank you.
Oh, God. Oh, God, it's hilarious. Sorry.
Okay. This is another tweet. Dude took me to a haunted house. I fell and he left me because he was scared.
Oh.
When I found him,
wait at me.
when I found him, he was asking someone else out.
Oh, shit. Words. Okay, that's
Like,
the
I
one
thought
thing.
you were dead.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I moved on real quick.
moved on.
I thought you were a goner. I'm
Also,
sorry.
Just leaving someone in a haunted house. Like it is just it should not be done.
I would never forgive. I love haunted houses, but I also hate them because there's this weird fear in the back of my head that I'm going to be at the one that the serial killer breaks into.
Oh God. Oh God. It's the one.
It's the one. And it's like,
no one's ever done it before, but this will be the time.
This is going to be the time where
Yeah,
the
literally-
actual real serial killer
Has
is
that
in my
ever happened?
haunted house. I don't think so, but I do have that fear.
How is this not a movie though? Like, how is this?
I'm sure it is. I'm sure
not
there
a
is
movie?
like a D-list horror movie where that is the premise.
It
I
has
am
to be.
certain.
The number of times I've also had that fear and thought, well, how logical would it be? It just makes sense if you're a serial killer. You have this like perfect opportunity.
it does. Not that we're trying to give any
No.
tips out, but you know,
I don't go haunted houses. This won't be for me.
I love haunted houses. However, I draw the line at ones where they can touch you.
Oh, I don't like that.
Like there are haunted houses where like you have to sign stuff and it's like they might touch you. And I'm like, absolutely fucking not. I need
that's
that
sexual assault waiting
like
to happen.
just like
Yep.
the thing that makes haunted houses okay is that even if you're scared, you know in the back of your mind that this is all pretend, right? Like if you touch me, we're crossing a line.
I went to one back in Ohio where they're chasing you with a chainsaw type thing.
Yeah.
Tell me it was haunted hoochie.
I think so, something like that.
No, that
and
tracks.
then it when I got out, the back of my sweater was completely ripped.
No.
Because it caught.
Yeah, it was like
That's
ripped.
See, you're too close to me. You're too close to me with that chainsaw.
So I'm like,
I mean, the blades are off.
the
but
blades
but
are
still.
supposedly off, but it
You
was
said
just like,
supposedly.
unless
I
it was
hate
the
chainsaws.
real serial killer that was chasing me.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's where
There
your
it is.
fear
There it
stems
is.
from.
You're like, did
That
I actually encounter?
one experience?
Yep.
Question.
Yeah.
Are you just afraid of chainsaws in real life? Like my dad used to go out back and like saw stuff up. Like I'm
gonna be honest.
General chainsaw.
I generally have a lot of anxiety around any kind of machinery like
Power
that. Like,
tools.
Yeah.
like a well, it's kind of like the same thing that I feel about like a garbage disposal where I'm like, I know that it's not going to go off when my hand is in there, but
it might.
what if it did?
But
You know
it
what I
might.
mean? And I feel the same way about like chainsaws. I'm like, I'm clumsy. Like, what if I slip? And like now I've been like gutted by a chainsaw alone in a barn with nobody around to help me.
Yeah.
Like my brain spirals. Anything like a table saw.
the number of times just walking around with like anything and I'm like, oh, what if I slipped down this thing and then I poked my eye out with it? And then
I think
honestly,
that
it's
way
ridiculous.
those
my brain.
intrusive thoughts come in even when I'm like chopping vegetables sometimes. Like I'm like, what if I fell into this knife? You know,
Same.
like
what is wrong with me? Anxiety is so weird.
our
dude.
brains are broken.
Yeah. Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
Oh, I definitely have that same thing about power tools.
Yeah.
Being cross-eyed, it actually is like a very real fear. And I should be very cautious around them. So
I think, do you ever feel that way when you're hammering too? Like when I'm hammering a nail, I'm
my
like, I'm gonna
finger's
miss.
in.
I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss the nail. I'm gonna hit
it's
my
gonna be
finger.
yeah,
Of course.
100.
And then I do it because I've thought about it the whole time. Because then my brain is like, oh yeah, hit your finger. I'm like, God, no, don't
You're
hit
like
my finger.
manifesting it.
Oh, we're all mentally ill. That's great.
Good times.
Well, if you guys have stories, be they short or long, go to our smoke show of a website.
Oh yeah, new website.
myworstdatepodcast.com. There you can join our Patreon. You can look and listen to the episodes. You can buy merch. You can look and support our sponsors who are giving us some money.
Yes.
All those things. We love you so much. Cheers.